these kind of things too. I just watched the Bob Ross documentary, actually. I feel like I'm making some happy little accidents here. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, back for some more magic. So in the last episode, I was starting to finish rebuilding my flippers, and my right flipper bat was kind of bananaed up a little bit and didn't rest very perpendicularly along the playfield. And that is because the new molded flipper bat was just a little short. So I really forced in the shoe here, and that actually literally stretched the bottom of the flipper bat out a bit. So it forced the tip really like up and out a bit because I forced fit it in there. So I busted out my other two flipper bats that I had, and I found that the fit was equally tight. So that wasn't really going to solve my problem. So what I did was just actually take my Dremel and Dremeled kind of along the tip. I made it a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower in the front and just along the sides a little bit. And it fit in there much better. And I feel like this should not have the old banana effect now. I've tried to lose this little washer at least 2 times now, and this screw once, so I gotta not lose that friggin' washer. It is importante, so you stay there. And I will stick this guy in the machine, and hopefully both my flippers will be nice and, you know, perpendicular to the playfield with no banana flipper effect. So I'll install that and see how that goes. I told you I'm trying to lose this. 3rd time now. Come on, Michael. Don't lose this darn thing. Well, I actually put the flipper bat in there again, and I had to remove it. In the process of removing it, yes, of course, I almost lost it again. I'm going to lose that thing. I'm trying really hard. But look at this. It's still bananaing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But I'm going to mess with that for a bit. And eventually I'm just going to say F it and tighten the flippers down and call it a day and start flipping. Okay, as hard as I tried, I was not able to lose either of the nylon washers. I've got my flipper bats cranked into place now, and just for fun, what I did was swap the left and right, and for whatever reason that seemed to level things out, so no more banana effect, and I'm pretty happy with the symmetry of them. I really love how the color of the flipper rubbers matches so well, but that's pretty symmetrical on the down and pretty symmetrical on the up. It does look like the right might be a little higher, but I think I'm gonna live with that. So I can move on from the flippers now. The next kind of major thing is to figure out why my middle drop target is wedged in when you drop it. It doesn't go all the way down, and then you push it down and then it gets stuck. So I don't know if it's warped a little bit, like maybe when I took them out and cleaned them all, this one might have been on the end and it wasn't a problem, and then I put a different one in the middle and now it's a problem. But I'm not even 100% sure. It worked fine before I took it apart, so can't blame myself just yet, but I'm a likely suspect. But we'll see what happens here. If I have to take it all apart, put it back together again, I will, because we need these drop targets to work. Alright, I'm just going to do some random stuff now. I tightened my stand-up targets. I remember they were a little loose. I had forgotten to do them. And as a matter of fact, there's 3 stand-ups on the right. No, there's not. This is the slingshot switch. Wait, one is a slingshot switch. Boing, boing, boing. I tightened these guys. Guess it wouldn't hurt to tighten them as well. Might as well. But it's also time to re-clean up the cabinet. So this flakage going on here, that is mostly just some of these metals have the white fuzz on them, especially in here. So I figure maybe I should brush off all this loose fuzz wherever I see it. It's not on everything. Well, it's on a lot, but I'll just give some of this stuff a little bit of a brush and then vacuum this guy out. These guys are especially crusty. Stand-up target switch brackets for whatever reason. See, look here. See? Super white fuzz. I'm gonna assume that's just like bad storage, effective condensation, these kind of things too. I just watched the Bob Ross documentary, actually. I feel like I'm making some happy little accidents here. Oh boy. Alright, I think I'll paint the underside of my playfield a little bit more. And then, time to clean up this disaster. All that. We had to deal with my shrapnel, some solder blobs, and some crust. Okay, that is a little bit better. Got rid of most of the crust and all of my repairing shrapnel terminals and fuses and tape, and look what I found. The guts of my one rollover that I couldn't find. So there's that, and I guess it's probably about to be drop target investigation time. Alright, playfield is back upside down. Drop target bank is semi-removed. Just trying to figure out where the binding is coming from. And thought it might be this leg here that goes up and down. Might be binding on the side, but I'm not so sure about that. It might actually be the drop target itself binding on one of these sides. So I'm still in investigation mode, and if I have to Dremel out the width of the opening on this metal, I will do that. But you shouldn't really have to, but I guess, you know, these drop targets do bend a little bit of their shape over time, and the fitment here is really tight. There is really no space on either side. You know, like that just fits about as comfy as you can get. There's not really much margin for error left and right. So I'm going to mess around with this for a bit and see what I can figure out. Okay, with the bottom removed, I can pretty much rule out these grooves because I still have the same issue. So let's go left side here. If I push that up all the way, it falls back down, no problem. That guy's okay. Go the other side, same thing, no problem. Middle, as soon as I push it up, it gets wedged. So I guess I'm gonna have to Dremel out that top opening. That's what I'm starting to suspect at this point. So getting closer to a resolution, I think. Okay, I'm gonna try a little experiment here. I painted the left side of the middle drop target where I think that it binds. And if I am right, then the paint should wear off once I jam this guy down. So let's give this a try. It's a little easier with two hands, but here we go. Do this a few times. And see, okay, what does it look like? Yeah, we got some paint wear. So that might be where I need to probably just Dremel this open a little bit. I think that's going to be the solution, so I'll report back. Okay, at this point I've darn near taken apart the entire drop target bank again, and I've just marked in black the areas that I'm going to Dremel. I'm going to do all three just to loosen those guys up a little bit as well, but a little bit more in the middle, and this way I know how much I've Dremeled once the black lines are gone. So that's my strategy, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, there it is. See how that goes. Use this Dremel bit and a file to try and get off any sharp edges. I dry fit that drop target right over there into the center opening and had lots of room to breathe. So hopefully my theory is correct, and in doing this it kind of reminds me, I'm pretty sure I've done something very similar. Maybe not to the exact same style drop target bank, but I'm pretty sure I've pulled off this maneuver once before. So, time to reinstall everything and cross my fingers. I seem to have misplaced 2 screws, so I cannot proceed until I find them. This mech has like 27 screws, so I will be back once I find my screws. Alright, I never did find my 2 screws, so I just found a couple more from my bin. And it is all assembled, installed, and I believe, here's the left guy. Seems nice. Right guy. Seems nice. Middle guy. Might not be perfect, but it might be livable. So, time to flip the playfield and put it to the test. Alright, playfield is flipped over, so here goes the ultimate test. I don't really want to have to go through that again, but I will if I have to, because I want it to work as it should. So let's see what happens. That's perfect. Ooh, that's really good. Oh, sweet. Oh, I'm very thrilled about that. Those are working beautiful. Come to think of it, they were a little sticky when I first did this test, and I just assumed that it was the mechanism that was all gummy and gooey, but maybe it was the binding all along that was the issue. I'd have to go back and watch my video from when I initially tested this drop target bank. But Wow, drop targets are worth a lot. Look at this. 174,000 points just for knocking that down, but look at this. I got pinky lit for 30,000 and pinky lit there for 5x. I love those inserts that I use purple on. That's great. And my rollovers are beautiful. Sweet, things are really coming together now. Okay, I think that's going to be the end of this one. Next video will be some play testing and some dialing in, but I think we are, dare I say, 90% done, potentially. I still do got to send out the old boards and then install them, but yeah, all right. I'm happy. I'll have to test these flippers out too on the next episode. I just don't know if they are going to hold up or not, but anyway, 5x30. Hey, let's collect that bonus. There we go. We'll finish on a little bonus meltdown. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.